The latest out of Pittsburgh is that Big Ben wants to stay a Steeler, and the team says it wants him back too. Problem, of course, is it commands a big number to the cap. Unsure whether the team can absorb that number, still be a playoff contending team. Here's a statement from Steelers President Art Rooney II. Ben Roethlisberger and I met Tuesday morning at a productive meeting. We are able to discuss a lot of things that relate to where we are and where we want to go. Ben assured to me that he's committed to coming back to help us win. And I told Ben that we would have him back to help us win a championship. We both understand the next step is to work out Ben's contract situation. Then in a statement to NFL Network on Tuesday night, Roethlisberger's agent Ryan Tolner saying, quote, "We are happy to creatively adjust his contract to help build them the best team possible." All right, let's bring in our NFL insider, Jason La Canfora. Jason, what, if anything, can we take away from both Big Ben and Art Rooney's comments?
It's an interesting word salad. Could put some dressing on it, throw it in a bowl. I'm not sure how it would taste. There is a mechanism, a trigger, a process that needs to play out, and neither side has gotten to it yet, which indicates to me and the rest of the league that it's not so simple. And they've had all these conversations, but they haven't talked about what's really in the balance, which is cash, lucre, money. And until they do, this is all, you know, it's great. It's very kumbaya. I love all the statements. But if this was as simple as just restructuring his contract, we wouldn't still be talking about this in February. There wouldn't be statement after statement and reassurance after reassurance. There'd be a renegotiated contract that was filed at the NFLPA and the NFL Management Council, and there would have been nothing to see here. If they were comfortable paying him $19 million to be their starting quarterback next year, this wouldn't be an issue. So they still have yet to have these awkward, uncomfortable conversations where for the first time in his career since he took over for Tommy Maddox, there's going to be things said about how much you make, and we're not just kicking the can into the future. And this is what we think you're worth, and this is what incentives might look like. And oh, by the way, somebody may beat you out for your job at some point next year. Like, that's a reality too. So we'll see. Do I think he's back there? Yeah, because there's not going to be interest anywhere else. Ultimately, both sides have fiduciary incentive to get something done, but all this sort of breathless, you know, reading between the lines and parsing of words, they've gone through this mechanism 5 or 6 times in the past, and it's been over like that. It's a paper transaction. It doesn't even really need to be negotiated. This is obviously a different process than that, and one that both sides are tiptoeing into because they know it might not be all that much fun.
And it just seems like, at least publicly through social media or whatnot, trying to curry favor with the public and the fans. Hey, I want to do this. I'm on this side. We're doing everything we can to try to make it work. By the way, Big Ben turning 39 next week. Speaking of, by the way, yep, comes down to money. Whatever they figure out, how does Big Ben's situation sort of complicate or impact the other free agents that Kevin Colbert has to worry about as well?
Yeah, look, they're in a bind, and we've spent so much time talking about this Ben thing. They're going to lose Juju Smith-Schuster. In a perfect world, they'd franchise him and trade him. They don't think they can do that because their cap is so tight. Bud Dupree might come back, but when does he back? How healthy is he? What's the market like for him? There's not a lot of pass rushers out there, so he still may be able to get more money somewhere else. The left tackle's a free agent. They need a new left guard. They need a new right tackle. They need a new center. They're going to lose their running back. That's another position they're going to have to invest in with draft capital or otherwise. We're at a point where T.J. Watt and Minkah Fitzpatrick could have their hands out to be paid. It's complicated. It's difficult. They can't just do the kind of salary cap gymnastics they've done in the past, no matter what happens with Ben, and move forward the way they'd like to. Their spending is going to be limited. The cap has them in handcuffs. And even if they cut Ben's, you know, cap number down from 41 to 20, whatever, this is not a team that's going to be making a lot of hay in free agency.
Deadline's coming there March 17th. We're talking about roughly $20 million in cap space or projected over the cap there.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.